Yeah, that sweatsuit by Castro is fresh. The what? The sweatsuit that Castro has on right now?
Yeah.
It's fresh. What's up, Ryan? What's up, brother? The producer in the house. There he is.
I see this. You're going to be there on Sunday, right?
Yes. Yep. With bells on.
We can have the fighters make their way up on the stage. All the fighters involved in our undercard and our Fox card, by all means, please make your way up, and we will get this press conference
started. Oh, no,
started.
Juarez. My bad, bro. I was calling Juarez Castro. Juarez is jumpsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about the...
You're like, I don't see a jumpsuit.
I thought you were talking about the black one.
No, I'm talking about the one that...
I like that one.
Yeah, that one's hard.
You guys.
Matter of fact, let's zoom in on it.
See you guys. What's up, man? How are you, brother? Good to see you.
All right, baby. Cowboys in the house. Ramos, Neri. Ramos again.
Ready? Where's my center shot at? Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Michelob Ultra Arena here in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. As we are 2 days away from Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view, we come your way here in Las Vegas, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific time on pay-per-view with our tremendous card and a big night of boxing in our main event. It'll be Keith one-time Thurman returning to the ring for the first time in 30 months as he will take on the former 140-pound champion Mario El Azteca Barrios. Plus, our co-main event going to be a very compelling contest as we have Leo Santa Cruz back in the ring for the first time in over 15 months. His challenger, his opponent, will be none other than Keenan Carbajal of Phoenix, Arizona. Also, we're going to be diving into the undercard of the other 2 fights that will be on the pay-per-view card, along with our Fox broadcast. Our Fox broadcast comes your way at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. If you are here in the Las Vegas area and want to make your way to the fights, by all means, you can purchase tickets at AXS.com. This is presented by Premier Boxing Champions and promoted by TGB Promotions. We want to go ahead and dive into talking with the fighters that will be involved in our undercard, our other 2 fights on the pay-per-view, and then our Fox telecast, as we want to talk about a fight in the super lightweight division. This is a fight that I'm really pumped about because I know both guys, I've watched both guys grow and evolve, and I can tell you about Omar Juarez and Ryan Cowboy Carl, you're going to get a fantastic fight. Each of them put on dynamic matchups, and I think this is going to be a barn burner. This is the co-main event live on Fox at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time here in Las Vegas. First, I want to introduce a man who has a record of 12 wins against 1 defeat, 5 wins coming by way of knockout from Brownsville, Texas. Not only is he a quality prize fighter, but he also does so much in the community, and he's only, 21 years of age. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce Omar El Relámpago Juarez. Omar, how are you? If you want to give opening comments. Can you turn on his microphone, please? There we go. Try the other one.
No, well, I'm blessed. I'm absolutely blessed to be here. I want to thank God for everything. I want to thank Al Heyman, PBC, TGB Promotions. And I'm excited, man. I really am. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back in Vegas. And I'm ready to display all my hard work and dedication.
We're pumped to have you, Omar. And now let's talk to your opponent with a record of 19 wins, 3 defeats, 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Challenged Mario Barrios for the 140-pound championship back in October of 2020 from Milano, Texas. I love watching this guy fight because he's aggressive, he's fun, and known known as the Cowboy. I like it because he throws caution to the wind in a calculated way. I've never seen you in a boring fight in my life. Ryan Cowboy Carl, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan, how are you?
Great, Ray.
There you go, that's on.
Hey, Ray, I'm doing good, man.
So tell us about how you're feeling heading into your fight against Omar Juarez.
Man, I feel great. I feel great. There's no other word for it. You know, we've been working hard. We had a long camp. Feel strong. You know, of course, want to thank God for everything, you know. But really, it just comes down to hard work. Skills pay the bills. We're going to come out there and we're going to be our best. And we don't have anything else to say besides we're just going to be action-packed as usual. You know, fun fight. So we're ready.
How excited are you to be able to be fighting on the Fox telecast right before we go live on pay-per-view? Because this card is extremely exciting from top to bottom. There are a lot of guys who like to come forward, throw a lot of punches, and you guys are warriors, to be quite honest with you. But how excited are you for this opportunity live on Fox before the pay-per-view?
I'm very excited. You know, it's a big opportunity for me. As always, I want to take it, and I don't want to waste it. And so, you know, I'm very excited. It's going to be a very fun card. It's going to be very exciting, top to bottom. You tune in to watch us live on Fox, and just continue that over to the pay-per-view, and you're going to be thrilled.
Now, Omar, I want to go with you. You suffered your first loss last year. I think you rebounded in a fantastic fashion. You continue to grow as a fighter. But looking at Ryan Carl, I think that stylistically this makes for a toe-to-toe matchup because both of you like to come forward and neither one of you wants to take a step backward.
Oh, absolutely. I know my opponent's going to come and, you know, try to take everything from me. You know, that at the end of the day, we're fighters. But I'm physically, mentally, emotionally in the best shape of my life. And, you know, this camp was probably the best camp to this date, 110%. And I'm excited to display all my hard work and dedication.
Where do you feel like you could be successful against Ryan Carl?
Whatever it is my opponent has to bring to the ring, you know, whether he wants to box, whether he wants to brawl, whether he wants to, you know, I'm not just a one-dimensional fighter. You know, I can box, I can brawl, I can do whatever it is my opponent has to bring to the table. I'm going to be more than ready for it.
Ryan, over the course of your career, especially in recent memory, I know you like to go out and try to knock out your opponents and throw those big bombs, but I've seen more of an emphasis of you working behind your jab, doubling up on your jab, using feints, using movement. Is that just a part of the evolution of the Cowboy?
Well, that's kind of an old school me originally. You know, in the amateurs and everything like that, I boxed. A lot of people don't think I can box. I've got feet for days. I can do what I need to do. It's hard for me at times because I love to fight. I love to be exciting. I love to put on a show, and it's just the thrill of it all. You know, it's like it's a drug. I'm looking for my high. You know, and so you know, I can do all those things. I do think that I have come back down to a lot of my boxing skill, you know, and we're focused more on the W than anything, you know, more than being exciting and everything like that. But I can guarantee you I'm still going to be very exciting. You're still going to be thrilled, and I'm still going to put on a show.
For both of you, I'll start off with you, Ryan, since we're already with you, is that in all Texas showdown, both of you guys are from the great state of Texas. Both of you guys are very proud of your home state. You're both fighting here in Las Vegas. Are we going to expect a throwback, old-school gunfight at the OK Corral, as they like to say, from a Texas style?
That's exactly what you're going to see. You're going to see a gunfight. That's what we've talked about, and we've used that word very much for this fight. It is going to be a gunfight, you know. But we're going to have ice in our veins. We're going to be ready. We're going to be steady. We're going to be a great shot, and we're just going to take care of business.
Ahmad, for you, what does it mean for you knowing that, you know, you're fighting a fellow Texan? And as we said, I mean, I think it's going to be bombs away once the feeling out process has dissipated.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a big Texas showdown. I'm excited, you know, at the end of the day. Really blessed to be in this opportunity, take full advantage of this opportunity. And, yeah, anytime anybody would ask, oh, so it's a big Texas rivalry, I'm like, oh, you know, it's going to be exciting, action-packed and very exciting. And, you know, tune in on Fox.
Is it nice to know that you're not going to have to look far to find this guy because he likes to mix it up, so do you? I think you're going to be at the center of the ring, and away we go.
Like I said, whatever it is my opponent has to bring to the table, I'm going to be more than ready. You know, my training camp was at 110%, so I'm ready for anything.
All right, well, that is Ryan Carl, Omar Juarez, and All Texas Showdown. Absolutely pumped for that one. Now, we are going to talk with our main event on the Fox telecast that'll proceed, and we will look forward to this matchup. This one being at 154 pounds. Pumped about this matchup. This man has a record 12 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. From Garden Grove, California, most recently defeated the 2-division world champion Davin Alexander on Fox back in the month of August. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Luke Santamaria. Luke, how you feeling?
I'm feeling blessed, excited. I'm excited to be on such a big card, with great fighters. Feeling good.
Now, originally, it was supposed to be Josecito Lopez to take on Abel Ramos. Were you in training camp? Were you supposed to fight on this card? Because I know you're never out of shape and you're always ready for an opportunity.
Yeah, we were supposed to be here on standby, and when we got like we said, we had a feeling we were gonna fight, so we were staying ready.
So, is it in terms of for you when you kind of are on standby? But do you really try to crank it up in training camp as the date nears closer, with the fact that you didn't know if you were going to fight or not?
Yeah, definitely. When the date started getting closer, we pushed it a little more, and when we got the call, I think last Friday, and we went hard.
Awesome. Well, very excited to have you, Luke Santamaria. Now we'll talk with your opponent. 27 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Stop former champion Omar Figueroa back in May out at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. From Casa Grande, Arizona, you are the uncle of your nephew, Jesus Ramos, who's sitting next to me to my right. But Abel Ramos, how pumped are you for Saturday night as you take on Luke Santamaria?
Jordan.
It's on.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I want to thank all the media for being here. I had a great training camp. I was preparing for Josecito Lopez, but I mean, it's our job to fight, and I'm excited, man. I'm just glad that I get to be in this undercard. But super excited, man. I did the training, and I'm real happy.
Now, he's been training for a fight. You were training for Josecito Lopez. I thought that was going to be an excellent fight. I still think this is going to be a rather compelling matchup as well. But the fact of a change in opponent in just over a week's notice, how does that play into your preparation and your psyche coming into this matchup?
I mean, it's definitely different. They have different styles. I mean, Josecito was a forward pressure fighter, and Santamaria has more boxing skills, But at the end of the day, man, we're boxers, and every time we spar, we always looking at different styles. So it's just a little change, but the game plan's the same.
I want to talk about the family aspect that's up here right now with your nephew, to my right. But I found it to be interesting that originally, when you were going to fight Josecito Lopez, you were going to be on the pay-per-view. Now, you guys flip-flop. Jesus was going to be on the Fox telecast. Now he's on the pay-per-view, and you're on the Fox telecast. What was that like with the two of you guys being like, okay, I'm still fighting, but now I'm on the Fox telecast, and now, Jesus, you're on the pay-per-view telecast?
Yeah, man, I mean, I think, my nephew's fight with Vladimir is an excellent fight, man. It should have been on the pay-per-view since the beginning, But, yeah, man, like I said, I was just excited because at first I was like, man, I'm not going to get to fight. But after that, I didn't really care. I just wanted to fight.
Okay, so, and I'm going to bring you in, Jesus, but I'm very curious from a family standpoint. Who likes fighting first? Do you like fighting first, Abel, and then watching Jesus? Jesus, do you like fighting first and then watching your uncle? Or what do you guys prefer? I'll start with you, Abel.
Man, well, I've seen him fight first, in the past fights, and I think I get more nervous. I think it's fighting first is better because that way you're relaxed. You got over your fight,
yeah.
You can enjoy and watch the fight. But when we fought at the Chris Arreola and Andy Reese card,
yes,
I was nervous, man. I was in the backstage just shadow boxing, looking at this fight, and just feeling a little pumped, man. But yeah, I think definitely fighting first is better than second.
Jesus, what do you prefer?
I think
We got his mic on. If possible, we can turn that one. There we go. But try it.
I think the same thing.
Or can we give him a... There we go, it's on.
I think the same thing. You know, I would prefer to fight first.
Okay.
Every time on the same card, I always fight first, and yeah, I mean it's nerve-wracking, you know. So I fight first, and then I get nervous for his fight. So it's better to fight first.
Well, this time it'll be Abel fighting first, and then Jesus on the pay-per-view. Let me get back to Luke Santamaria. Luke, where do you feel, Abel Ramos, he's been in the ring against your Dennis Hugas, Omar Juarez as well. Or not Omar Juarez, Omar Figueroa. Omar Juarez sitting to your left. I got my Omars confused for a brief moment. Very exciting fighters nonetheless. But where do you feel like you're going to be successful against Ramos?
You know, just staying on my toes. He's a fighter who pressures and doesn't get tired of throwing punches. So, you know, if we can control the outside, I think we'll be okay.
What have you learned? I watched you defeat Michael Fox, who was a very talented fighter, Devin Alexander, the two-division world champion, back in August. But how much have you grown and increased and just gotten better over the past year and a half?
I feel like I've gotten a lot of ring experience. You know, like you said, it's different opponent. One was 6'4", long arms. So the other one had fought a lot of tough fighters. So the experience I'm getting is making me a better fighter all around.
Is it nice, because I know in talking with you in recent memory that it wasn't easy for you to find fights, and now you are getting these bigger, high-profile opportunities.
Definitely. There was a time where I was struggling to get fights, and all of a sudden, I started fighting, tougher opponents after tougher opponents and bigger stages. So, I'm blessed.
Abel, for you, you're coming off of the win in May. You have momentum coming into this fight. How much does that play into a role in terms of your mindset, your mentality? Because you look sensational back on May 1st out in Los Angeles.
Yeah, man, definitely. I want to keep that momentum going. I felt that I found my stride in the boxing game. I think all my experience, all the fights that I've had are starting to show in my boxing ability. So definitely want to keep that momentum going.
In the fight against your Dennis Hugas, which you were unsuccessful with, I saw that you tried to really pressure him, but it was more so, I thought, more physical, that you tried to use and more aggression. In the fight back in May, I thought I saw from you, I saw kind of a combination. I saw a hybrid. I saw you box, but then mix it up in pockets. Is that more the game plan in terms of boxing and then mixing up your aggression, going toe-to-toe, and then going back to your boxing? Because I saw a combination of things in your game, a more well-rounded boxing ability out of you back in May.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I've always had a boxing ability. I've always had that pressure style. But I think mixing it up with both is really working for me. So, it worked against Figueroa, and training it's been working a lot too. So, yeah, man, I think my style just keeps evolving and evolving.
What's the key against Luke Santamaria on Saturday, live on Fox?
The pressure's going to be good. I like I said, I have boxing ability as well, so I'm looking to do a little bit of both.
Luke, what is the key to victory on Saturday?
Just with everything he brings, I gotta keep adjusting, and going as the fight goes, just keep adjusting.
You're gonna get a fantastic fight, Luke Santamaria, Abel Ramos, this upcoming Saturday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, live on Fox. That is before the pay-per-view. Then we go live on Fox Sports BBC pay-per-view, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time here at the Michelob Ultra Arena at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino here in Las Vegas. Tickets still available. AXS.com, promoted by TGP Promotions. Let's get into our pay-per-view telecast now. This man has a record of 27 wins, opposite no defeats. 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Originally from Sonora, Mexico, now fighting out of Phoenix, having most recently knocked out Oscar Escondone in the 10th round on the undercard of your Dennis Hugas Manny Pacquiao at the T-Mobile Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carlos Castro. Carlos, how you feeling?
Look, I'm feeling great. First of all, I want to thank God for this great opportunity. Thank TGP Promotions, Fox Sports, Roberto Vargas, my team, Manny Robles, Edgar Matias, my family. And thank Luis Neri for this great opportunity to meet with him on Saturday night against a fighter like him on Saturday night on Fox Sports.
All right, Carlos Castro, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk with your opponent. 31 wins, 1 defeat, 24 big wins coming by way of knockout. From Tijuana, Mexico, a 2-division world champion, returning to the ring after he came up short against Brandon Figueroa back in May of last year. He is always in exciting matchups, loves to throw a lot of punches and bunches. Every single punch that this man throws, I think, has knockout intentions behind it. Please welcome Luis Neri. Luis, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias. Estamos contentos de estar nuevamente aquí y listos para el sábado.
Martin? Hold on. We have the translator mic.
Hello, hello.
There we go, Martin.
Yeah. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much. And we are looking forward to having a great fight on Saturday night.
Luis, give us your thoughts on how you're feeling after. It was a very competitive matchup. It was exciting between you and Brandon Figueroa. But what is your mindset heading into your matchup on Saturday against an undefeated Carlos Castro?
La pelea contra Brandon Figueroa fue muy dura, pero eso está en el pasado. ¿Cuál es tu mentalidad ahora para otra pelea difícil contra Carlos Castro?
Creo que realmente vengo bien preparado, vengo bien listo, he estudiado mucho a Carlos Castro. Traemos un plan de trabajo, hicimos una preparación diferente, una preparación más fuerte. Creo que estamos listos para el sábado para salir con la mano en alto.
I think we're ready. We have studied Carlos Castro very closely, and this time around we prepared in a harder way, in a more specific way, if you will. So we are ready for whatever challenges come our way.
When he talks about a more specific way of preparation, what does he mean?
¿A qué te referís cuando te referís a lo que es un entrenamiento más duro, más específico?
Sí, así es. Hice un entrenamiento más fuerte con más tiempo de preparación. Entonces vengo mucho mejor que en la vez pasada. Así que creo que esto va a dar un buen resultado.
It's really a matter of time. This time I was able to prepare with more time ahead of this fight than I had against Brandon Figueroa, so it allowed me to zero in on my opponent and my own preparation as well.
All right, Luis Neri, I'll go back to Carlos Castro. Carlos, for you, what does this opportunity mean? Because you're coming off of a sensational win against Oscar Escondone on pay-per-view. You're now once again returning to this kind of stage here in Las Vegas, but fighting a former 2-division world champion. What does it mean?
No, well, it's a great motivation. These are the fights that, as a little kid, we always dreamed of. We always dreamed of being in these stages, and most importantly, being able to fight against fighters like that, fighters like Luis Neri, fighters that have been there and done it. But I think it's my time to show that I deserve to be in these stages, and that to prove to myself and to prove that everyone out there that why I deserve to be in these type of fights.
What did you learn in that fight against Oscar Escondone? Because the fight started, it wasn't going your way. You had to deal with adversity, and you came out and finished the fight in grand fashion. So what did you learn about yourself in that fight against Oscar Escondone? A guy that's Colombian, a guy that can pop, a guy that came at his best that very evening.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I learned that I have to be patient and that I have to be ready to roll since the bell rings. Oscar Escondone, strong fighter, strong person, great person, but it was my first fight with my team. I had a good layoff, but no excuses. Like I said, this is the time for me to shine. This is the time for me to prove why I deserve to be here.
You're fighting on a card where you have Keenan Carbajal, who's from Phoenix. He's in the co-main event. You got Albert Ramos, Jesus Ramos. Arizona is very much well represented on Saturday, both on pay-per-view and on the Fox telecast. Can you tell us about the camaraderie that you guys feel and the pride that you have in your state to be at this level on Saturday night?
Yes, of course. I think that has a lot to prove that Phoenix or Arizona has a lot of talented fighters. I know the Ramos for a while, since I was a little kid. I know Carbajal for a while, and it's just a blessing that we're all here to share the same arena and share the same ring against different opponents on Saturday night.
Luis, one thing we know about you is that you're a very aggressive fighter, and when you have somebody hurt, you go in for the finish. do you believe that Carlos Castro is going to be able to withstand your firepower?
Tu agresividad es tu estampa. ¿Crees que Carlos Castro va a poder aguantar tu poder y tus ganas de poder noquearlo?
Bueno, pues eso ya lo veremos el día del sábado. Veremos qué es lo que pasa arriba del ring, si aguanta o no aguanta. De antemano, Carlos Castro es un gran rival, lo he estudiado, lo he mirado. Se presta a su estilo para soltar mi estilo. Entonces, el sábado voy a hacer todo lo posible arriba del ring para salir con la mano en alto.
We shall see on Saturday if he can withstand my power or not. I have studied him closely. He's a great fighter, and it remains to be seen whatever happens on Saturday tends to go for my aggression. But styles make fights. I think that his style goes with my style, and I'm going to do whatever I can to come out with my hand on top on Saturday night.
Instead of coming back and taking a quote-unquote tune-up fight, Luis, you decided to take on a guy who's undefeated, who is coming into this fight riding quite a bit of momentum. Why did you decide and not hesitate to take on an undefeated fighter who's got a lot of energy and has got a lot of momentum coming into this fight?
¿Por qué elegiste pelear contra un rival tan duro como Carlos Castro en vez de tomar una pelea quizás más accesible?
Bueno, realmente yo estoy para pelear con los mejores. No me gusta pelear con peleadores que están por debajo del nivel. Estamos en un nivel alto, entonces hay que pelear con peleadores altos. Yo no le saco la vuelta a nadie. El rival me lo pusieron, yo lo acepté. Vamos a darle para adelante.
I'm here to fight the best because we are here at the top level, and I'm not here to fight against anybody that's below that level. I don't dodge anybody. They presented Carlos to me, and I wasn't about to dodge him, so I accepted him and I'm ready.
Es mi tercer peleador invicto consecutivo al que voy a enfrentar, así que está bien.
He's actually the third consecutive undefeated fighter that I'm going up against, and I'm excited.
Well, we are very excited about that matchup. Also, Carlos Castro, getting back to you, how do you prepare for somebody who is as unorthodox as Luis Neri, somebody who it's rather tough, I would gather, to simulate him in sparring in the gym with how he throws punches from awkward angles, how he tries to knock you out in a variety of different ways, hitting the top of the head, the ear, trying to mess with your equilibrium. But how do you prepare for somebody who is as dynamic as a Luis Neri?
No, like always, you prepare hard and you prepare strong, but I think this is going to be a mental type of fight, I think that, like you said, he's a great fighter and he comes forward round by round since the bell begins. He comes forward to try to knock your head off, but we're mentally prepared for that. We're on physically and everything. Training camp went great. There's nowhere to prepare until Saturday night. You guys will see a great action-packed fight and make the best man win.
What would a win over Luis Neri, the two-division world champion, do for you? Is this the kind of opponent that you need to get closer to your ultimate goal of challenging for a world title?
Well, if he's not, then who is? Luis Neri, like I said, he's proved to be there. He's one of the best, and I still consider him one of the best. I consider him coming out stronger than he ever was, so I'm really prepared for this fight, and I believe a win over Luis Neri should put me in the title shot.
Well, we are very pumped for this one. Luis Neri looking forward to his showdown against Carlos Castro. That'll begin the pay-per-view, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. Now we get ready for our next and our final pay-per-view fight that we will be discussing here today on the Undercard press conference and our Fox main card presser. I bring up a man who has a record of 13 wins, opposite 4 defeats, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Originally from Durango, Mexico, now fighting out of Stockton, California, most recently having defeated former unified super welterweight champion of the world, Julian J. Rock Williams, in October of 2021. That was the undercard of Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, number 3 here in Las Vegas at the nearby T-Mobile Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vladimir Hernandez. Vladimir.
So, primero que nada, pues gracias me siento contento y de estar aquí nuevamente en una gran cartelera. Doy las gracias a todos por la oportunidad, a Jesús Ramos por la oportunidad. Vamos por todo, primero Dios.
First of all, I'm so excited to be having the opportunity to be on this stage, to be on such a great card. And I want to thank everybody from PBC to Jesus Ramos for providing me this platform and this opportunity to shine.
And speaking of shining, his opponent on Saturday night has been shining over the course of his young professional career. 17 bouts, 17 victories, 14 of those coming by way of knockout. Having most recently defeated Brian Mendoza and Javier Molina last year, he's coming in just 20 years of age, a fun, exciting fighter. He continues to grow. He's the nephew of Abel Ramos, as we discussed earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Jesus Mono Ramos. Jesus.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I want to thank TGB Promotions and Al Heyman for giving me this opportunity. I was supposed to be in the card like you mentioned on the Fox portion of this, and now being on the pay-per-view, it's an even bigger opportunity, and I'm grateful for that. And I also want to thank my opponent Vladimir Hernandez for being here, and for giving me this opportunity, because he's coming off a big win over Williams, and I think this fight makes it more important. The fact that he's got victories over those type of fighters.
I mentioned about the fact that you defeated Brian Mendoza, Javier Molina. Is this another quality step for you as you continue up your ascension? Because I know that you want championship gold. I know that you mentioned about how you want your managers to handle it and those around you, but this is a good step in that direction. Do you feel the same way?
Yes, I do feel the same way. Like I said, I'm letting everyone handle it, but my part that's in the ring, I'm handling that, and that's Saturday night. I had to handle that. I had to look good against a tough opponent, and I'm coming to do just that.
Are you of the mindset that he likes to come out and he likes to fight on the inside? He's a very physical fighter. We saw that against J-Rock. He was able to rough up Williams, and it was a very close fight down the stretch, and he had to dig deep, and he pulled it out. But do you like knowing the fact that this guy's not going to be that easy to dispatch?
Yeah, I do. I like that. I like that. It's a challenge, and I like challenges. And like you said, he's got a real rough style. He likes to come forward, and I think that just makes for a more exciting fight. I think this whole card has a lot of exciting fights, and I think ours is exciting as well.
Vladimir, do you feel like with your physical style, you're not afraid to mix it up, that you're going to be able to make Jesus Ramos uncomfortable on Saturday live on pay-per-view?
¿Sentís que vas a ser el agresor este sábado por la noche, el que lo vas a poder incomodar a Jesús?
Sí, voy a estar siempre al pendiente, voy a pelear listo, vengo bien preparado para darle una gran pelea, nos acomodaremos a su estilo y vamos por todo.
I'm going to be on the lookout. I can guarantee you that I'll be ready to provide an exciting fight, and will adapt to whatever his style provides and be ready for the challenge.
He is a tall southpaw fighting here at 154. Obviously, we know that he has a vicious and a destructive left hand. How cognizant are you to try to stay away from that big left hand that he's knocked out so many of his adversaries?
Sabemos que Jesús es un zurdo potente. ¿Qué tanta prioridad le vas a dar para prevenir que ese zurdazo conecte con vos y quizás te mete en problemas?
Hicimos buenos sparrings con zurdos y traemos buena estrategia. Veremos lo que se presente, le daremos lo mismo que él nos da, y también somos uno mismo los dos, y estaremos listos para él, para lo que él traiga. También nosotros traemos con qué.
We had really good sparring sessions with other southpaws, and we're going to give as good as we take. It's going to be a great fight, a great proposition, and hopefully the fans are going to enjoy it a lot.
Jesus, what do you have to do in order to make sure that your hand is raised and that your undefeated record is intact following Saturday night?
He likes to come forward, so in this fight I have the longer reach, and I had to keep him at a distance, control him with my jab. I have a really good jab, and I plan on using it Saturday night, and I just had to look for that left hand as well. I think I can cause damage with that left hand, and we'll see once we're in the ring. I can adapt to anything, and we'll see Saturday night.
You talked about being able to adapt. I've watched you earlier in your career, probably since you were 17 years of age, and watching you knock out guys. But what really impressed me is the fight against Javier Molina. When Molina, you hit him with big shots, and he didn't go anywhere. But you, rather than panic, you relied on your boxing, and you decided to listen. You weren't going to overextend yourself, leave yourself susceptible to get countered. Was that a part of the maturing and the maturation process that we're seeing out of a very young Jesus Ramos?
Yeah, definitely. In my last two fights, I've grown a lot, I've learned a lot, and not all fights are going to end in knockout, and I've learned that. And like you said, I've known how to adjust. I know how to box, and I can do that very well. And if I had to box Saturday night, I'll box.
Fighting here in Las Vegas on pay-per-view, that's obviously a goal for every single prize fighter. And I commend all 8 of you for getting to this level, and many of you have been here several times over again. But being 20 years of age, you can't even legally get a drink here in the casino or in this town or anywhere in America, for crying out loud. But yet you are here on a pay-per-view card of this magnitude. What does this mean to Jesus Ramos?
It means a lot, man. It means a lot. We worked hard. Us as a family, my uncle, my dad, we've all worked hard for this. And, none of this was given to us. We've had to work. And that's what makes it more exciting, and that's what makes it even more sweet. Knowing what we've done to get here, and the fact that we're here, it just means a lot.
My final question to you, if you're successful against Vladimir Hernandez on a Saturday night on pay-per-view, what statement are you hoping to show the rest of the ultra-competitive and loaded super welterweight division?
I think beating Hernandez makes a big statement in this weight class. He just beat one of the best in Julian Williams, so it makes a big statement. But I can't overlook him, and I'm ready for Vladimir Hernandez.
Jesus Ramos, Vladimir Hernandez. I have a few more questions. It's just going to be that time of the press conference where I want to get predictions and how the guys feel the fight is going to go down. I'll start off to my left, Omar Juarez, and then I will transition to Ryan Cowboy Carl. But this will be the co-main event live on Fox, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Omar Juarez, in a perfect world, how does the fight end?
I'm not going to look for the knockout. The knockout comes, it'll present itself. But at the end of the day, like I said, my preparation was 110%. Me displaying all my hard work, my dedication, my sacrifice. I know that I'm going to come up with the win. And I've dedicated my whole life to this specific lifestyle, and I'm ready.
Ryan Cowboy Carl, how's it going down Saturday night live on Fox?
Come hell or high water, you're going to see me with my hands up. I'm going to be the winner. Bobby Bear style. Might be ugly, but I'll win.
Gonna be a great fight, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Cowboy Carl, Omar Juarez, co-main event live on Fox. Now we'll move to our main event live on Fox. Don't forget, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Luke Santamaria, your matchup against Abel Ramos. Your prediction, sir?
I'm ready for 10 rounds, but if the knockout comes, it comes. We're not going to be looking for it, but if it comes, it comes. I'm ready for 10 rounds.
Abel, in a perfect world, how does the fight unfold?
With me winning, man, and it doesn't matter what fashion, I'm prepared to win, and that's it.
Expect a barn burner in that one. Abel Ramos, Luke Santamaria. Now we'll move to our pay-per-view portion, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time live on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. I'll start off with Carlos Castro. How do you see the fight going down as you look to remain undefeated against Luis Neri?
I'm not a big prediction guy, but I know I put all my sacrifice. I sacrificed a lot, I put my 110% into this camp, so we'll have to see Saturday night, but I'm coming ready, and I'm coming to prove to everyone that what I deserve and what I have.
Luis Neri, how do you see the fight unfolding? Will you be the first man to hand Carlos Castro his first professional defeat?
¿Tu vaticinio le vas a quitar el invicto a Carlos Castro? ¿Cómo va a ser la pelea?
Bueno, venimos preparados para eso, es el objetivo, así que como les comenté el sábado voy a hacer esa hazaña arriba del ring.
That's the objective. I'm gonna pull off the win and be with my hand raised in the ring in the end.
All right, now we get ready for Vladimir Hernandez and Jesus Ramos. Looking forward to all of these matchups. But Vladimir, how's the fight going to go down?
Vladimir, ¿cómo va a ser la pelea? ¿Cuál es tu vaticinio?
Pues les garantizo que va a ser una guerra, como siempre, una gran pelea y vamos por todo.
I guarantee that it's going to be a war. We're going for it all.
Key word on that statement is war. Now I will turn it over to Jesus Ramos, a man who I know is looking forward to a potential war. But Jesus, 20 years of age, you're looking to remain undefeated against Vladimir Hernandez. Your thoughts on how the fight will go down?
I think the same thing. I think this fight's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a war. It's 2 Mexican fighters going at it. And it doesn't get any better than that. It's going to be a great fight.
It is going to be a great night of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's applaud all the fighters that will be involved in our Fox telecast and the pay-per-view undercard. We are very excited. All of these fights are can't miss. You will certainly get your money's worth. I promise that. Now we're going to have the ceremonial stare-downs. We'll start off with Ahmad Juarez and Ryan Cowboy Carl. Gentlemen, if you want to come here and face off, and all the fighters want to stand up. We'll start off with Ahmad Juarez and Ryan Cowboy Carl. In All Texas Showdown, the co-main event, live on Fox, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time.
All right, guys, we got this way.
Face out, guys.
Right here first. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Ahmad Juarez and Ryan Cowboy Carl. Now we have Luke Santamaria and Abel Ramos matching up. This will be the main event live on Fox, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Two outstanding fights on our Fox telecast.
All right, guys, look over this way, please. Right here, please. Right here. Service in the back, guys. Thank you, gentlemen.
And this one is going to be bombs away in the lighter weight classes. You have Carlos Castro, Luis Neri. Castro looking to remain undefeated. Luis Neri in bounce back mode, looking to hand Carlos Castro his first professional defeat.
All right, guys. Turn right this way, please. Right here, guys, right here. TV's in the back, guys. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
And now this one in the super welterweight division. Vladimir Hernandez, who's been on a bit of a roll, taking on the undefeated 20-year-old knockout sensation, the southpaw, the hard-hitting Jesus Mono Ramos.
All right, guys. Turn right this way, please. Right here, right here. Wait, get Martin.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you joining us for the pay-per-view press conference and the Fox press conference. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the weigh-in as the fighters will tip the scales. It is Fox Sports PPC pay-per-view this Saturday night from the Michelob Ultra Arena here in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGP Promotions.
Andrew, hang tight. He's coming back right now. Yeah, the sooner we can get him, the better. He's ready.
I appreciate it. Whenever I can get it.
All right, guys, everyone again.
Morning, fellas.
No, that is great.
What happened?
Oh, yeah.
Just hold for this last one right here down in front.
I'll get that story ready.
Thanks, gentlemen.
That's right on the back.
All right,
Hey, brother. I will get my name.
Anything but fucking Atlantic City. Take me to hell.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan. Do you have a minute, brother, before you get out of here?
Yeah, as soon as I get out.
Yeah. That's right. Done with what you said? What'd you say? Oh, okay. No.
You want us to come down here? Is that right, Abe?
Yeah, right here. Oh, okay.
anyone who'd like to interview the fighters,
So right now, we're even right now. It's just for interview.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Cool. So yeah.
All right, FightHype.com. Happy to be joined with a Warrior and Cowboy Ryan Carl fighting Saturday on Fox, man. Ryan, just first of all, about being a Warrior, man. Where's that come from? You know, you let your hands go win or lose no matter what. Why is that, and where's that come from?
It's natural instinct. It's bred into me, you know, just like everything else. You know, I'm game. I'm ready. Come hell or high water, I'll be there to fight. You know, it's pride. It's a little bit of everything. You know, pride in my fighting. I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of my state. Proud of my country, and I want to fight for that.
You know, against Mario Barrios, that was a great fight, great Texas war. Looks like we may have another one with Juarez. How much did growing up with Mexican and Mexican-American fighters in Texas, you know, affect your style and how you fight as a fighter?
Well, you know, I learned how to fight on the inside before I learned anything else as a kid. You know, being, you know, Texas is all Mexican gyms, you know, it just is what it is, right? And so that's what we're around our whole life. And so, you know, you know, we're comfortable with it. You know, you know, we've been around Mexican fighters our whole life. You know, we've seen them. It's you know, kind of what we're used to.
And do you feel like you're as good as you've ever been right now? That those wars, they didn't take a bite out of you just yet, and that
I feel like they've helped me. I feel like if anything, they've helped me as far as being more patient, staying calm in the ring, staying even keel, keeping our head down, and keeping everything straight. I think it's helped us a lot, actually.
And I just had to ask, too, I'm just curious your perspective on the main event. Is Barrios a puncher when you fit?
He was whenever I was reaching and whenever I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. I think Thurman knocks him out. Personally, I like Mario. You know, I like Mario. I'd be happy for him to win. But I see a late stoppage by Thurman. If Thurman is right, you don't know what you're getting, you know. And so it's like, are we talking about Thurman of old, or are we talking about, you know, what he is now? We don't know.
Just to ask, why do you think Thurman wins? So what is it that, you know, he's better at even at this stage? Or Barrios?
Well, I think we made some. I think we made mistakes in our game plan, or not necessarily in our game plan, but during the fight, changing it. And I feel that Mario breaks down after 7, and he really falls off a lot. And I think Thurman's gonna be ready for that, and he's gonna have the experience. He's bigger. And though he might not look like it, he's naturally bigger. He's naturally very strong, and I think that he's got something to prove, and I think he's going to come out with that kind of mentality. And if he does come out with that mentality with something to prove, he's right there. He keeps, you know, he talks about being the head of the division still and how he's the most exciting fighter. And if he's really wanting to prove that, he might be very dangerous.
Well, just looking forward to your fight with Omar Juarez, man, Saturday. Anything else you want to let us know before you head out of here?
Just give me a follow, you know, Cowboy Car 1. Other than that, you know, I mean, God bless. I mean, I'm blessed to be here, you know. No one to thank for that but my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So that's it.
Thanks for always giving us your all in the ring, Carl.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Have a good fight.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
brother. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. Yep.
And then the very last issue.
Gotta get Omar. Omar, there he is. Hey, man, interviewed your opponent. This is going to be a war, huh?
Absolutely, man. No, we're ready. We're ready for whatever he has to bring to the table, man.
Before getting to what should be a Texas war, man, you definitely win jumpsuit of the day, don't you?
I appreciate it. Big shout out to Archetype Athletic. You know, it has my logo in the back as well. But yeah, man, we're ready. We're ready.
Do you think that your brain and your boxing, I know he was talking about he's a better boxer than people think, but do you think that'll be a big difference in this fight, is your boxing skills?
My boxing skills, absolutely. I'm looking to outbox him. I'm looking to frustrate him. And I have everything that it takes to beat this guy. Speed, power, ring IQ, but you know, we're gonna see on Saturday night. You know, this camp was the best camp that I've ever had. I've spent 3 weeks out here in Vegas, getting top-notch sparring, top-notch training. So you know, we're more than ready.
Do you think it becomes a stop? You win this fight by stoppage because this guy is the kind of guy he's not shying away. He'll keep coming. Whereas some fighters against you maybe tried to start surviving once you were up 4 or 5 rounds on the call.
No, I mean, pretty much at this point, from what I've seen, you know, I could get the stoppage, but I'm not going to look for it. You know, I'm just going to do what I do best, box. And once he starts to slow down, that's where I'm going to take full advantage of it.
And just want to ask, because, of course, you know, Texas and the big fights, Charlo, Canelo, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Do you think the hometown guy, Charlo, could beat Canelo Alvarez, or how do you see that fight, Omar?
Oh man, I honestly I gotta go with Canelo, man. Canelo's just he's like I tell everybody he's like that fighter in a video game that he has all the cheat codes unlocked. Like that guy has everything, and I don't see anybody stopping him now.
Do you think Charlo can at least maybe hurt him? Has the size and the power to crack him in a way Callum Smith and Saunders could?
Yeah, maybe hurt him a little bit, but as far as the win, no, I feel like Canelo's gonna tear him up, man. Canelo's unstoppable right now.
Well, man, just looking forward to your fight Saturday. It's on Fox. It opens it up for people who ain't buying the pay-per-view. You can even watch Omar fight, on Fox. Thank you, man. For
Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, but still, watch the pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of talent on this card. A lot of talent on the Fox card as well. And watch me do my thing on Fox.
Thurman or Barrios in the main event?
Mario Barrios. I go with my boy Mario Barrios.
Why is it? Why do you think you can pull this off?
A lot of people are underestimating Mario. I mean, they're comparing him to the Tank fight. The thing with the Tank fight, bro, is that the guy's big. He's a big, wide 140 pounder. So for him making 140 pounds it was surreal. So when I tell him like bro, once you go up to 147, you're gonna be a lot stronger. A lot of people are underestimating you. And I feel like he's going to silence a lot of haters.
They are perhaps underestimating because the thought process, you touched on why that's not right, but a lot of it's like you got stopped by a lightweight. How could he beat a elite welterweight? But you think that weight is huge.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, I've sparred Mario before, and when he's fully hydrated, the man can crack. He's strong. He's strong, he's heavy-handed, and he has skills. That's another thing. So Thurman wants to box, Thurman wants to brawl. I feel like Mario's going to be prepared for it.
Is the heaviest shot that left hook for Mario, that left hand?
I'm not sure, man. He has everything. He has a lot in his arsenal. He really
Punch with
does.
the right hand, too?
Yeah, definitely.
You think you got Barrios? We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because stoppage, who knows? We'll see. But thank you, Omar.
I got Barrios. Yeah.
Thank you, Omar. Good luck to you Saturday night.
Appreciate it, bro.
No, it's gonna be a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Good luck to you, brother. Thanks. Thank you, man. Sorry.
What excites you about this whole event coming up?
Man, I think everything excites me. I'm excited, man. I just want to mostrar lo que son arriba, pero no es necesario hablar allá aquí abajo.
Yo creo que eso es ahora. Yo creo que lo que importa es lo que se hace en el ring y eso es
¿Qué esperas de él? Ya sabemos lo que viene.
It's a weird feeling, man.
I'm definitely going to be
like I said, it matters. I'll see the fight first, and I'll be in a lot of things, man. Just trying to calm myself down. I've got to go out there and do my thing later on. I gotta stay calm. Stephanie's gonna never.
What's it like for you?
Okay. Give me a heads up. I will. Yep. The legend.
Status level.
Porque a ver,
It's been tough, man. Since I started, I always thinking.
oigan, se acaba de anunciar algo bien chingón. Yo vi perder a Charlo, lo tengo que decir, contra el Boxe Castaña. ¿Cómo ven esta 19 de marzo? Pelea también. A ver tú, carnal.
Good, Sean.
Good stuff,
Good to see you, man. How's everything?
Everything's good. Just gonna check out Abo. I don't want Abel to get his thoughts on Spence.
Nice.
Arriba Argentina, chingado, porque se la robaron a para cerrar.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Just
at the Niner game, that was great.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I know your squad. I thought they were gonna win, man. If they would have gotten that interception, bro, game over.
Oh, for sure.
When that happened, I was like, game over.
Right. Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, do your thing, bro.
Yeah,
Good
but
thing,
exactly, he intercepts that, or
it's game over.
And also we have a insurance.
he's doing April.
Y un favor, un face-off aquí, cortito, una mirada así. Aquí están estos dos señores, no se la pierdan. El mono, contra de Durango, la verdad que pelea perdida. Un saludo a la raza, señores.
He's a beneficiary for
Y les quiero recordar algo, no se vayan, que les recuerde esto. Pueden jugar fútbol, béisbol, básquetbol, ping-pong, canicas, mucho barrio. No pues todos ustedes, ¿no? He wants his patience. Gracias. Gracias por generar contenido distinto, ¿no? Eso le gusta a la gente. Yo creo que la misma.
No worries. How you doing, brother? Got a quick minute?
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you. All right, FightHype.com. Happy to be joined here with Abel Ramos, one of the hard-hitting welterweights in the game. Abel, man, veteran, over 30 fights, but you look young, you look fresh. You fought some of the best, man. How's it feel, you know, getting to fight in Las Vegas on this big card, man? How you feeling heading into this fight?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. A little disappointed because the original opponent fell through, but I mean, I'm just excited to fight, man. My job is to fight, and you know, when they told me I had a replacement, I was happy again.
Yeah, because, you know, Josecito, he's fought everybody, and that was going to be a war, right? But
yeah, for sure, man. I was looking forward to that fight. Josecito, a big name in the boxing, and I think it would have been a good fight for the boxing world.
Does that make you feel at all like you have to be that much more dominant now that the opponent isn't Josecito, and on paper it's a guy that's not quite as tough as Josecito? So does that, in your mind, make you feel like I gotta not just win but be dominant? Or,
yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking forward to doing that type of performance against Josecito as well, you know. So, but I mean, yeah, like you said, man, for you know, that gives me more reason to do it. I just want to prove that I belong with the best welterweights, man.
Right. It's not like heading into Josecito, you're like, okay, this is gonna be close, and then now that I'm fighting someone else, I'm gonna blow him out, right?
Yeah.
But just you and your brother Jesus, you guys both have punching power, man. Where does that come from? It's just something born in the family, or?
Yeah, my nephew is actually my nephew.
Oh, your nephew.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Your nephew. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think, man. I mean, probably just the way we train. My brother focuses a lot. We make sure we always punch with power. So I think that plays part of it.
And I just, you know, a big fight. Everyone talk about Spence and Ugas. You know Ugas very well. Do you think he wins that fight?
He has a strong possibility, man. I think people overlook him a lot, but he has a lot of experience. He has a lot of skills, and he does have a chance, man.
What's underrated about him, you think?
I think people. I mean, that's what I thought too, man. When I used to see his boxing tape, you know, I felt that he was always like in front of you. But he's very tricky, man. Like he'll be there, but he's ready for a counter punch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of his strongest suits, man. And he counter punches hard, man. So he's always dangerous.
Is that right hand his best shot?
Yeah, definitely, man. I think his right hand is the strongest punch.
Do you think again, southpaw like Spence is going to be there? He'll be
exactly. And I think Ugas does very good against southpaws, man. He did a great job against Pacquiao. So I mean, he has a very good shot.
Do you think he has the power to keep Spence's respect and keep him on?
I think so, man. I think he has decent power.
Did you ever spar or work with Errol Spence ever in the amateurs when you were coming up, or
never, man, never. I mean, we were in the same. I think in 2009, 2010, we were at the Olympic Training Center, but he was fighting a weight class above me. He was at 152, I was at 141.
Okay.
I saw him there a lot, but we never got to spar each other.
Okay. Just, you know, again, just because it's a fight we're interested in. Does he look 100% still, like in the Danny Garcia fight, Errol Spence?
I think so, man. I think he looked great against Danny Garcia, man. He's just so strong, man. He's so big and strong, you know. To me, he looked very good against Danny Garcia.
If you did have to pick a winner, do you give an edge to either fighter?
I think Spence, just because of his youth, you know.
Right.
But like I said, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Ugas pulled an upset.
And he throws a lot of punches per round, too, right?
Yeah.
How difficult is that
exactly,
to deal
man.
with?
I think his activity is he throws a lot of punches, and he's coming from a big welterweight. You know, I think they take a wear and tear on their opponents. So, yeah, man, I think all those things. It's going to be an exciting fight, man. I'm very excited for that fight.
Do you ever think of a rematch with Ugas?
Man, yeah, of course, man, of course. I mean, but I understand, man. He has bigger fights right now. But of course, man, I would love a rematch against Ugas.
And just before I let you go, man, Jesus is getting the co-main event. Your nephew, and you know, Charlo Castaño's coming up. How far do you think your nephew is from fighting like a Charlo Castaño? He's only 20.
Yeah, man. I mean, for my, you know, I wouldn't want to rush it, you know. But like I said, man, he
he's a veteran, man. He's young, but he's a veteran in the ring, man. And I don't think he's that far off from those type of fights.
Right. Thank you, Abil. And I know it's always going to be a good fight when you fight. So thanks for your time, man.
Appreciate it.
Main event on Fox. Enjoy it, fellas. Enjoy it, everybody. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Have a good fight, man.
You know what? I think Barrios can pull it off. I don't think Thurman's inactivity is going to benefit him this Saturday. And I feel like, I saw Barrios at the gym a couple times, and he looks real strong. He looks better at 147. They even told us he had a bad weight cut for 140, so I feel like 147 is going to benefit him a lot.
As a fighter, what does the weight cut affect the most? Like, what do you think he's going to have improvements with now that he doesn't have to do that weight
Man, the weight cut is the toughest part. I think that the toughest part of a fight. It's not even the fight itself. Mentally, it's draining, and physically as well. You feel weak, all fight week, and it's not good for anybody. And I can feel that. Now that I move up from 147 to 154, I feel that. I feel a lot stronger, and I'm sure that's what Barrios is feeling as well.
Are you happier the day before the weigh-in this time versus?
Yeah, man, a lot happier. A lot happier. Everything's going a lot smoother, and I'm happy. I'm happy to be here.
You look in a pretty good mood, yeah.
Yeah, man. I feel real good.
But how much does it affect, in particular, your punch resistance and how hard you punch?
Yeah,
is
man.
that what gets affected the most, or what is it? Like?
It does. We had a nutritionist who explained that to us, and the less water you have in your body, the less punch resistance you have. And not only that, man. Training camp, you gotta stop maybe hard training 2 weeks maybe before the fight because you gotta start coming down in weight, and all that just affects you. When you have a good weight, you can work all the way through camp, and that's the best way in my opinion.
Do you think Thurman isn't gonna quite look like the guy we're used to?
I think so. I think that's what's gonna happen because of his inactivity. But who knows, man? He might surprise us. I've been watching videos myself of his training, and it's not the Thurman I know. But we'll see. We'll see Saturday night.
You mean on the mitts and stuff?
On the mitts and stuff. Yeah.
Is it the speed or?
It's the speed. It's his style. I don't know, man. It's just he's different. He looks different.
Right. But for yourself, man, this is a huge opportunity. And then Charlo Castaño's right around the corner.
Yeah.
They're gonna put Tim Tszyu on the card.
Yeah.
What do you think of that and building towards those fighters? You're only 20.
I'm only 20, yeah.
Right, but...
Yeah, but I think it's great, I think I just came into 154 and all these fights start happening. That's huge. And I'm not in there with the easy fighter this Saturday night. He beat Julian Williams, and that's a top name at this division. So I'm excited. And I need to make a statement this Saturday night.
He didn't stop coming forward with J-Rock. If he does that with you, is he going to get knocked out?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the case. I'm not looking for a knockout. I'm looking at breaking him down. But if the opportunity presents itself, and I feel like I'm a great body puncher. I feel like I can break an opponent down, and I feel like that's what J-Rock kind of needed that night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who do you see winning Charlo Castaño too?
I got Castaño, man. Like I was telling these guys, I felt like he edged out the first one, and I feel like he has more room for improvement for the second fight.
More people seem to think it's Charlo because he's athletic and tall, and they think he's the one that can make adjustments. But
yeah, but I feel like he hit him with his best punch, and he tried to box him as well. So I feel like he can make some adjustments, but I feel like the bigger adjustments can be made by Castaño and his team because of like I said, the jab. He can add the jab to his arsenal, and that itself sets up a lot of things.
You kind of sounded like he did box and bang. He did make adjustments. It's just Castaño kind of had him.
Yeah.
But no, thank you, Jesus. And what about Tim Tszyu as well? Do you think that's a fight between you two could happen one day? And is he good? Has he got the hype going?
I feel especially where he's got a good fan base, and I think in the future there's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a huge fight if we both keep winning, keep making a name for ourselves.
You ever used to watch his dad fight?
Yeah. I never get tired of him. When he fought Zab Judah as well, that was a great fight, great knockout.
And I know you say you're not overlooking Hernandez, but say if you can't get one of those title shots, what about a fight against like the Herds, the Harrisons, in division?
I think those are great fights. I think those are important fights, essential fights to have before going into a title fight. It could have been Julian Williams, but now we're fighting the guy that beat him. So beating him makes a statement, and like you said, those fights and those names, those are all important before I get that title shot.
And Jesus, lastly, man, just Charlo Canelo. If that fight happens, who do you think wins that fight?
I got Canelo, man. I don't know. I don't think anybody beats Canelo right now. He's just at another level. He works super hard. He's super dedicated, and I don't see anybody beating him right now.
Can Charlo hurt him?
I don't think so. I think unless he moves up to like what he was planning on doing to like cruiserweight, I think then he can get hurt. But I don't feel like Charlo can hurt him.
Yeah, Canelo got that iron chin.
Yeah, thank you, man.
But
thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you,
Thank you, man.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice kid, man. You can punch like that too, but nice kid. God bless you, brother.
Thank
Good
you.
luck
God
to
bless you.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
How you doing? Hey, thank you. Sean, nice to meet you, man.
Kyle.
So nice to meet you.
Sean.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Let's see here. I think that might be a wrap. Everyone tuning in live on FightHype. Thanks for tuning in. Undercard presser. Jesus Ramos, 20-year-old prospect, getting a big chance as a co-main event. Definitely up-and-coming top guy at 154 pounds, along with Tim Tszyu, who's a little older, further ahead in his development. But yeah, you got the brothers the Theo and his nephew, Jesus Ramos and Abel Ramos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this undercard presser. Keep it locked in. Tomorrow we'll be live at the weigh-in for Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. That should be hot. And hope you guys enjoyed all the coverage. Keep it locked in on FightHype. Thanks for your time.